I thought like, oh, everybody else does this too. Not realizing that like, no, that's freaking weird. Thinking back as an adult, I'm like, wow, that's actually so surreal.
Eminem's daughter, Hailie Jade, gets nostalgic recalling her surreal childhood.
And I'm like, holy crap.
The 26-year-old spills it all on her podcast, which launched last week. And the title, it makes a cheeky nod to her famous dad's alter ego.
Hi, my name is Shady.
Yeah, the show's called Just a Little Shady. But from what we've heard so far, it's all positive vibes from Hailie. Her BFF Brittany joins her for the premiere episode, where Hailie explains the purpose behind the podcast.
We want to start by addressing the elephant in the room, which is the double entendre in the name, Just a Little Shady. So on one hand, we have the aspect that I want this to be a place where I can share more about my life, talk about things I've never talked about, and just for you guys who've been with me for a long time, get to know me a little better.
She doesn't waste any time going into detail about her not-so-normal childhood, which included trips with Brittany on Hailie's dad's tour bus.
It was always like something going on that I was like, Brittany needs to come to this.
I vividly remember being in your kitchen and you were like, do you want to come on the tour bus? And I was like,
Casual,
normal conversations. And I was like, what's a tour bus? And somebody was with us and they were like, Hailie Jade, like not everyone knows what a tour bus is. And you're like, what? Like, honestly, to you, like that was
I thought it was
somewhat normal. Yeah.
While it all seemed normal in the moment, Hailie says it totally blows her mind when she looks back.
When like something like that happened, I thought like, oh, everybody else does this too. Not realizing that like, no, that's freaking weird. And like looking back on it, it's like so fun to look back and like when we have these conversations like here or wherever, like thinking back as an adult, I'm like, wow, that's actually so surreal. And like those memories that like of me just thinking like those were normal things.
Yeah.
Now I look back and I'm like, holy crap.
But we can't really blame her. It's all Hailie knew, growing up in the spotlight. And Eminem stans are familiar with all the references he's made to her in his music. The music video for his 2004 hit Mockingbird was entirely made up of home movies from Hailie's childhood.
Hailie, I know you miss your mom, and I know you miss your dad when I'm gone, but I'm trying to give you the life that I never had.
Fast forward to 2022, and the father-daughter duo seem more bonded than ever. And we know Hailie is one of M's biggest fans.
Are you a Nicki fan?
What? Am I a Nicki fan? Pull up in the Sri Lanka. What?
Earlier this year, Hailie proudly watched her dad from the stands as he performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. And before her pop's big moment, the Michigan native documented her excitement heading into the stadium, also sharing a full view of the show's setup. Eminem then got the crowd going with a special rendition of his song, Lose Yourself. Here's hoping the rapper shows the same support as a guest on Hailie's podcast.